Hello. Welcome to Crime and Court. My name is Heather, and I'm here with a new case. It's not entirely new because last year you might have recognized the name or you might have heard something in the news. The defendant in this case is Adam Montgomery. We have on the screen here, this is his arrest warrant, and he has been charged with the following. So, second degree of unaliving, tampering with witnesses and informants, falsifying physical information, and abuse of a corpse. So those are the 4 charges that he has right now. He has admitted to, so let me back up. You might have heard his name last year. If you're a court watcher, you might have remembered him or his face from last year, which is because he was in court for charges for weapons, illegal weapons possession, something like that. So he's actually behind bars now for those charges, but these are new, they're not new charges, but this is a new trial. Now he's getting another trial, and this is for the unaliving of his 5-year-old daughter, Harmony Montgomery, who, if you look at your screen, it's the little girl on the screen. That's Harmony, and her father and the defendant is in the orange jumpsuit. So, all right. So now that we kind of know what we're here, this trial just started, so we're on day 3 today. Today is February 9th as I'm recording this, and so we're on day 3. Well, my dog fell. We're on day 3 of trial for these charges. However, the first day he admitted to I think he admitted to witness tampering and abuse of a corpse, or falsifying evidence and abuse of a corpse. He admitted to 2 charges. He pled guilty to them, I should say. And then he is still on trial for the unaliving of his daughter. So that stands still. The charges for those stand. All right, so this, and we're in the state of New Hampshire is where all of this takes place. This was under seal, but it recently became public, probably because the trial was starting this week. So this is in regards to the application of Detective John Levy for arrest warrant for Adam Montgomery. All right, so state's motion to seal probable cause. They just wanted to seal it. So that's what this is. They're asking the court to seal the probable cause for arrest warrant. And here's why. If the information is made public, it could taint the future investigative efforts. So they kept some things under seal at first, but it is this, because the trial is happening, this can come public now. So that was by his attorneys. Oh no, actually this was from the state of New Hampshire. So this was the district attorney, the Attorney General's office. Yeah, Attorney General's office. So they wanted this sealed, but it's now available for us to read. And this is going to be a few parts, and I put up the trigger warning because this is just going to be graphic content. We're going to be talking about ABUSE and especially in regards to children and spouses. This is it's a very tragic and sad case. So Let's begin. So this is the attachment A to probable cause statement for arrest warrant of Adam Montgomery. 1. I am a police officer with the City of Manchester, New Hampshire, and have been so since November of 2015. Prior to Manchester, I was a police officer with the town of Winchester, New Hampshire, from July 23rd to November 2015. I graduated from the New Hampshire Police Standards and Trainings Class 162 in December of 2013. I have held the rank of a detective with the Manchester Police Department since September 2018. My duties and responsibilities as a detective include the initial investigation as well as follow-up investigation of crimes that occur in Manchester, New Hampshire. I have conducted various investigations to include sexual assaults, plain assaults, CP, homicides, and other serious crimes. I have received training from the Manchester Police Department In-House Training Academy and the New Hampshire Police Standards and Training Council Full-Time Police Academy. So we're getting a background of who he is and why he's qualified to be doing to be putting forth this probable cause affidavit. So he's just laying the groundwork for that. So I have also attended numerous training courses covering many different aspects of investigations. The information set forth below is based on information known to me personally through my own investigation and through my communications with other law enforcement officers, including Manchester police officers. Additionally, I reviewed police reports prepared by other law enforcement officers, including Manchester police officers, detailing their involvement in this investigation. This affidavit does not contain every fact known to me or other investigators. Rather, it contains material information relevant to determining whether there is sufficient probable cause to believe that Adam Montgomery committed the crimes of second-degree unaliving, contrary to RSA 1B or IB, whatever that is, tampering with witness and informants, contrary to RSA IA, so whatever statutes, falsifying physical evidence, contrary to RSA ending in 6, and the abuse of a corpse, contrary to RSA 6447, whatever. Those are the different numbered statutes the crimes that he committed. All right, so probable cause, Harmony Montgomery reported missing. So, number 4, on November 18th, 2021, the Manchester Police Department received a call from a woman determined to be Crystal Sorey regarding her biological daughter, Harmony Montgomery. Sorey reported that Harmony, who was in the physical custody of Sorey's ex, was missing and that she hadn't seen Harmony in over 6 months. Sorey identified her ex as Adam Michael Montgomery. An employee of the Manchester Police Department contacted DCYF and learned of previous addresses associated with Adam. Manchester police officers checked those addresses but were unable to locate Adam or Harmony. Number 5. On December 27th, 2021, DCYF, so that's like their Protective Child Services, notified the Manchester Police Department that they were also unable to locate Harmony. Consequently, the Manchester Police Department initiated an investigation into the whereabouts of Harmony. Over the following days, members of the Manchester Police Department learned that Harmony had not been physically seen since approximately October or November of 2019. So now this is 2 years later. Just so you know, 2 years later, we're getting a report. And before you say anything about the mother, I know she was struggling. She was having issues with substance abuse. And because of that, Adam had custody. And she was getting herself help. She was working herself through her problems. And she was getting herself better. And she's at the point, where she could have Harmony back in her life, and unfortunately, Harmony is no longer with us. So it's a very sad story all around. Very sad. Just the circumstances entirely. All right, so where did I leave off? Over the following days, members of the Manchester Police Department learned that Harmony had not been physically seen since approximately October-November 2019, 2 years later, almost. Well, yeah, 2 years from this date, from when the police are looking into it. Sori, who resides in Massachusetts, notified authorities that she had not seen Harmony since around Easter of 2019, approximately 4/21/2019. The child had been in the physical and legal custody of her biological father, Adam Montgomery, pursuant to a decision and order from the Lawrence Juvenile Court, docket number blah blah, located in Essex County, Massachusetts. So, he had custody. You guys see? Let me make this bigger, actually. There you go. All right, so, where was I? All right, so number 6. The case was subsequently assigned to me. This Officer Dunleavy, I think his name was. During my follow-up with Crystal, the mother of Harmony, she explained that she had lost custody of the child in July of 2018 to the state of Massachusetts, in part due to a substance abuse issue. Crystal said that both she and Adam had past issues with substance abuse. Number 7, Crystal reported that since then she has regained sobriety and unsuccessfully made attempts throughout 2021. So throughout the entire year of 2021, she was, well, not, I don't know the whole year, but throughout the year, she was trying to locate her daughter, and she couldn't, and Adam too. Adam and his subsequent partner, Kayla Montgomery, had blocked all communication with Crystal through phone numbers and social media accounts, so they just blocked her completely. Crystal said over the years, she made attempts to locate Harmony by contacting various schools and driving by addresses associated with Adam. But she was unable to make any progress. So sad. All right, so number 8, Crystal said that she believed she last physically saw Harmony during a FaceTime video call with Adam around Easter 2019. Crystal stated that Adam was visibly in the background of the video call. Crystal recalled that Harmony seemed frightened. Number 9. Beginning on December 27th, 2021, members of the Manchester Police Department actively made attempts to track down Adam and to talk to involved family members to establish the last time that Harmony was physically observed and known to be safe. Officers and investigators were initially unable to make contact with Adam via phone. However, investigators were able to make contact with various family members, including parties associated with Adam who reside in Florida. Through these family members, investigators received information that Adam had previously admitted to giving Harmony a black eye in approximately July of 2019. And after watching the trial yesterday, it was day 2, but technically day 1 was a viewing. It was a jury viewing. They went out to a couple different locations that the court had already prepared for them to go. So day 1 was, they didn't even do opening statements yet. So actually day 2 is when they started with the opening statements, because day 1 they gave a little info and, gave jury instructions, and then took the jury to go see a couple different locations that they'll be talking about throughout the trial. So we're really technically only on day 2 of testimony today. So yesterday, Adam's uncle was on the stand, and he gave some very disturbing testimony, and you could tell it was hard for him to get through, and he was struggling to even verbalize some of the things that he had seen of his niece. He said his nephew, or great niece, I guess that would be, he said his nephew flat out told him that that he smacked her across the room or was like beating her up across the room or something like that, to that effect, like had to knock her around the room to like knock some sense into her or something. So that's some of the testimony that we've heard. We've also heard today Kayla, his ex-wife, Kayla Montgomery, or actually they're estranged. They're not divorced yet, but Kayla is on the stand today, and she's going through some pretty heartfelt, difficult testimony as well. So it's a struggle to listen to, and it's a struggle for them, it looks like, to get through it. So, all right. B, first interview with Kayla Montgomery. On 12/28/2021, I spoke with Adam's wife, Kayla Montgomery. Kayla shares 3 younger children with Adam who are all presently accounted for. Adam and Kayla are the biological parents of 3 minor children, all younger than Harmony. SM was born in 2017, DM was born in 2019, and CM was born in 2020, after Harmony had been ended, after her life had been taken from her. So I asked about the last time she had physically seen Harmony. Kayla said that sometime in November or December of 2019, she saw Harmony one morning prior to going to work. Adam said that he was driving Harmony back to Crystal, who was living in Massachusetts at the time. Kayla said that she believed Harmony had been returned to Crystal. Kayla claimed she never saw or heard about Harmony after that day. And this is actually a lie. She admitted on the stand that she lied about this. The last time she saw Harmony was when, I believe, she had already been deceased, and Adam was doing things to try to hide the body. And she saw her partially decayed body. Just awful. All right, so number 11. Sorry, trying to take a sip of coffee. Kayla had not physically seen Adam since late October 2021 and had not spoken with him since around mid-November 2021. Kayla claimed Adam was living in a sober house and had then left the area to live in Maine with another female. So at some point in 2021, I believe it is, she did leave him, and she left Adam, and at some point I believe he started to date someone else. I think that's what they're talking about here. So Kayla, she physically had not seen Adam since October 2021. So I think at this point they might be separated, but estranged. All right. So first contact with Adam Montgomery. On December 31st, 2021, patrol officers were able... Hold on, my thing's flickering. Patrol officers were able to make contact with Adam and his new girlfriend, Kelsey. So there's a new girl in town. Even though he's still married. She left him, though. Kayla left him. So this Kelsey Small is the new girlfriend. Patrol officers were able to make contact with his new girlfriend, Kelsey Small, together sleeping in a vehicle in the area of Harvell Street in Manchester. So he's living on the street again with his new girlfriend in a vehicle. There was a time when they got convicted in the house that they were living in, Adam and Kayla, and at that point, Harmony's body was in a duffel bag and was with them during that time. All right, so on first contact with Adam, tried to find the new girlfriend. They found them. They tracked him and his girlfriend down. Investigators, including myself, Detective Kozowicz, and Detective Riley, responded to that location to speak with the couple. 13, this Kelsey Small, claimed that she had been romantically involved with Adam for over a year. Wait, what? Has she been away from Kayla for that long? Or has he been separated from Kayla long enough? I don't know. Maybe he was seeing her on the side too. Small said that she was aware that Adam had 3 children from one mother and another child from before that. However, Small said that Adam was not in touch with any child from his prior relationship. Small claimed that Adam had never talked to Harmony, and she had no information on where she even could be. So, number 14, during our interaction with Adam, we stressed our concern that Harmony had not been physically observed in over 2 years, and that we had concern for whether or not she was still alive. Adam did not exhibit much emotion or reaction to this. D. Further interview with Kayla Montgomery. Also, on 12/31/2021, Kayla Montgomery participated in a voluntary interview with Detective Riley and myself. During this interview, she spoke about the last time she saw Harmony. In this interview, she told us that 2 days after Thanksgiving 2019, which would have been 11/30/2019, Adam had taken her to work, which she said was a 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. shift at Dunkin' Donuts on Eddy Road in Manchester. She said that while Adam was dropping her off, he said he was bringing Harmony to her mom's, and he was going to meet Harmony's mom and bring Harmony to stay with her. Kayla said that later that day, Adam picked her up, and he no longer had Harmony. He said he had just dropped Harmony off. Kayla said she assumed Adam dropped Harmony off in Massachusetts, as that is where Crystal was living at the time. So, very interesting. Again, we know that these are lies that Kayla was saying to the police, and she has stated in her testimony today that she lied to law enforcement for Adam because she was afraid of Adam and what he might do to her, and he threatened her all the time about telling and what would happen to her. And he was physically violent with her too. She said that while Adam was dropping her off, she was going to bring Harmony to Harmony's mother's house. Kayla said she assumed Adam dropped Harmony off in Massachusetts. Okay, so 16. Detectives were concerned about Kayla's account that Adam claimed he was bringing Harmony to Crystal, especially because Crystal outright denied ever taking custody of Harmony from Adam at that time, or ever seeing Harmony following the video chat in April 2019. So at that Easter chat that she had with him, or with Harmony, where she was frightened. Poor little girl. The investigation revealed that in November 2019, Crystal lived at 39 Chapel Street, number 3, in Lowell, Massachusetts, with her boyfriend, Joseph Eckert. On December 31st, 2021, Joseph was interviewed, and he confirmed that he was living with Crystal in 2019, and Harmony was not with Crystal at all from October 2019 to present. In fact, Joseph stated that he has never met Harmony in person. A review of DCYF involvements indicated that social workers had not viewed Harmony since 10/1/2019 during a home visit with Adam Montgomery in New Hampshire. Come here, dog. She's trying to get under the blankets, but she's looking at me like, you make room for me, but I don't need to. She has plenty of room. She's got to get under the blanket. All right, so family court order regarding locating and protective supervision of Harmony Montgomery. So on 12/31, so we're still on 12/31/2021. The Ninth Circuit Family Division, Manchester, granted protective supervision of Harmony to DCYF from Adam via a juvenile abuse neglect ex parte order. At the time of the order, Adam had been Harmony's sole custodian. The order stated specifically that Adam was ordered to cooperate with the Manchester Police Department and assist with locating Harmony. Detective Riley served Adam with that order on the afternoon of 12/31/2021 at approximately 16:10 hours. However, Adam refused to provide any information on the whereabouts of Harmony when handed the order by detectives and told that he had to provide information on Harmony's whereabouts. Adam said, "Either arrest me or I'm leaving," and he refused to answer any additional questions. Adam was arrested on charges related to Harmony on 1/4/2022 and was formally charged and arraigned on 1/5/2022. These charges consist of second-degree assault for an incident in July 2019, interference with custody, and 2 charges of endangering the welfare of a child. He has been detained at the Hillsborough County House of Corrections since that date. So, he's been in prison since January 2022 for charges, obviously, that were not related to unaliving, because at this time, they did not have the body. And at this current time, they still do not have a body. So this actually is a trial without a body. But you will find out through the probable cause, and if you're watching the trial, through testimony, that he took incredible lengths to get rid of evidence. All right, so Kayla Montgomery's grand jury testimony. Let's see what she says and if it's any different than her statements that she made to police. On May 20th, 2022, Kayla Montgomery testified before the grand jury for Hillsborough County Northern District as part of the grand jury's investigation into the disappearance of Harmony Montgomery. Kayla was under oath for her testimony. During her testimony, Kayla was asked about the last time she saw Harmony. She stated in sum that it was 2 days after Thanksgiving 2019, which would have been 11/30/2019. When Adam dropped Kayla off at work for her 6 to 2 p.m. shift at Dunkin' Donuts in Goffstown. Harmony, according to Kayla, was in the car, and Adam said he was bringing Harmony to Harmony's mother's house. When Adam picked up Kayla a little after 2 p.m., Harmony was no longer with Adam, and Adam said he brought Harmony to her mother's. At this time, Kayla said she never saw Harmony after that, and she didn't know what happened. Again, we know now that's a lie. Investigators researched Kayla's claim about the location and shift she was working 2 days after Thanksgiving 2019, which was 11:30. All Dunkin' Donuts locations in Goffstown confirmed that Kayla was not working there on 11/30/19. Records obtained from New Hampshire Employment Security showed that the only employer who paid Kayla in November 2019 was a Dunkin' Donuts in Hooksett, I have no idea if I'm saying that right, New Hampshire. And that Dunkin' Donuts store confirmed that Kayla was fired from the location on 11/23/2019. So 7 days, a week before the day that she claims her husband dropped her off at the Dunkin' Donuts, she had already been fired from a different location than she actually provided. So was that a way to throw them off and be like, oh no, I worked at this Dunkin' Donuts? They wouldn't figure that out? I don't know. As a result, an arrest warrant was obtained for Kayla for 2 charges of perjury because she lied. Kayla was arrested on the perjury charges on 6/3/2022. On that same day, Kayla participated in a proffer interview at Manchester Police Department. Her attorney was present for the interview. Here is Kayla Montgomery's first proffer interview. During the proffer interview, Kayla admitted she had lied during her grand jury testimony. She stated that she had information related to Harmony Montgomery. Kayla stated that the family, herself, Adam, Harmony, SM, and DM, were evicted from where they were living in the Guildford Street house that they lived in Manchester the day before Thanksgiving, which would have been the 27th. So Kayla said after that, they were living in their vehicle, which was known to be a Chrysler Sebring. During their time living in the vehicle, they stayed in a parking lot of Colonial Village on River Road in Manchester, where their friend Anthony Bodero had lived. So Kayla stated that from Thanksgiving up until the beginning of December, Bodero saw Harmony and the other two boys and would wave at them. She also said that Bodero brought them Thanksgiving leftovers while they were in the Sebring, and that she saw Harmony at the time, and that he saw Harmony at the time, and he and Harmony waved at each other. That, I believe, is also a lie. Because he didn't want anybody to see her. He, like, even before he did what he did to her, he would cover her with a blanket in the car so no one would see her. So I don't know if that's, I think this part that Bodero saw her might be a lie, but I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, so Kayla stated that on the day that the Chrysler Sebring broke down, known to be 12/7/2019, as discussed in further detail below, Adam Montgomery struck Harmony, which caused her to lose her life. Kayla stated that while living in the vehicle together, Adam was extremely upset that 5-year-old Harmony was not saying when she needed to go to the bathroom and was having accidents in the car. Kayla stated that after each accident, Adam would get upset and would strike Harmony in the face, head, with a closed hand. Kayla stated that on 12/7/2019, prior to the vehicle breaking down, Adam struck Harmony in the face and head on 3 separate occasions because she had a bathroom accident. And it's important to note that, and they've mentioned this in the trial, that Harmony was she learned to be potty trained very quickly at a very young age. Her mother testified to that, and she didn't like to be soiled. She didn't like to have soiled or wet clothes on, so she learned to use the potty very fast, and for that reason, we know she was potty trained, and I'm thinking if she was having accidents, it's because she was being abused. Because that is they usually go hand in hand. Frequent accidents like that, or bedwetting or something with abuse of child. All right, so Kayla stated that after the final blow, Adam said words to the effect of that he felt something or heard something when he hit Harmony, and quote, "I think I really hurt her this time. I think I did something," end quote. Harmony began making a moaning type noise, which went on for roughly 5 minutes and then stopped. At no time did anyone stop or get Harmony medical attention as the result of this assault. Kayla said that this happened in the morning while the family was on their way to Burger King on Route 3 in Manchester, and afterwards the family returned to the parking lot of the Colonial Village apartments. The family stayed at Colonial Village for approximately 20 minutes, during which time no one checked on Harmony. Kayla could not recall exactly what they did during this 20-minute period, and that's weird. In the second proffer interview conducted on June 23rd, 2022, Kayla said that during this approximately 20-minute time period, Adam had her get a bag of H&F from Bodero. She and Adam then used some of that H&F, and that was before they left the parking lot. Okay, so they went to go use. Kayla said that after approximately 20 minutes, the family left the Colonial Village apartments, and shortly thereafter, their car broke down. Kayla said she thought the car died at probably 8 or 9 a.m. According to Manchester Police Department records, the car was broken down in the intersection of Elm Street and Weber Street at approximately 12:11 p.m. On the 7th. Kayla said it was at the time that she and Adam discovered that Harmony was not breathing and was deceased. When their car broke down and they started gathering things out of the car, that's when they discovered that she was not breathing anymore. Kayla stated that Adam went to the trunk of the vehicle, removed clothing from a black and red Under Armour duffel bag, and placed the lifeless body of Harmony into the bag. Kayla stated at no point did either of them have any conversation about getting any type of life-saving measures for Harmony, and that Adam simply put Harmony's dead body into the bag and walked it back to the parking lot of the Colonial Village apartments. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. All right, so Kayla indicated that once back at Colonial Village, Badero drove them from the apartment complex back to their vehicle to collect their belongings before the vehicle was towed. Kayla and Badero then allowed them to stay in his Audi parked in the parking lot for 2 or 3 days over the weekend. So a friend of theirs, this Badero, Anthony Badero, lives in these apartments, and that's where they were staying in their car, but then their car broke down. So now the friend is letting them stay in his car for a couple nights. Kayla stated that while they were staying at in Badero's Audi, after Harmony's ending, Adam was keeping the bag with Harmony's body inside of the trunk of the vehicle, but also would leave it out in the snow to stop the decomposition of the body from happening. Now we're moving on to Anthony Badero's grand jury testimony. On March 21st, 2022, Anthony Badero testified before the grand jury for Hillsborough County, Northern District as part of the grand jury's investigation into the disappearance of Harmony Montgomery. Excuse me. During his testimony, Badero stated that after the Montgomery family was evicted, he allowed them to stay in his car, an Audi, for 2 days. He said he believed it was the weekend immediately after Thanksgiving, which would have been approximately the 30th through the 1st of December in 2019. And he testified that he brought Thanksgiving leftovers to the car for them to eat. Badero testified that he did not see Harmony in the Audi. That it was only Adam, Kayla, and the 2 younger boys. So like I said, for some reason, Adam was hiding Harmony under the blankets so that no one in the car would see her. I don't know why no one could see her. Well, probably because she had bruising and black eyes and things, and he didn't want them to see that. But other than that, I don't know. Badero testified because in other instances, he would let her walk around blatantly with her black eye, and he would go around telling his uncle that he threw her across the room. So, I don't know. Badero testified that when the Montgomerys left the Audi after the 2 days they stayed there, that he believed Kayla said she was going to her mother's. In his grand jury testimony, Badero testified that he only let the Montgomery family stay in his Audi for 2 days, but he was not aware of whether the Montgomery family was possibly living in a different car in the parking lot to his apartment building for additional days. So he didn't know that they were staying in their car, or he couldn't confirm that because before their car broke down, they were staying there in the parking lot. Badero said that they could have stayed in their own car before it got messed up. Badero explained that he was aware that after the Montgomerys got evicted, they had a gray Chrysler, but that they didn't have the car anymore when they arrived to stay at his Audi. He said that when they arrived to stay in the Audi, they were dropped off by some friend of theirs who was a girl, and that they didn't have anything other than the 2 boys and formula for the baby and diapers. Badero said they didn't have anything else, not even bags of clothes. All right, so Donna Deemer's grand jury testimony. On May 20th, 2022, Badero's girlfriend, Donna Demers, testified before the grand jury for Hillsborough County Northern District. She testified that the only time she saw Harmony was September 2019 together with Badero. She testified about the Thanksgiving leftovers being fresh, and she believed Badero gave them to the Montgomerys either on Thanksgiving Day or the next day. She testified that she had a brief opportunity to look inside the car that the Montgomerys were in, which she said was Badero's car, the Audi, and that she only saw 2 younger children in the car, not Harmony. So she only saw the 2 boys. And at this point, they hadn't had their third. I think they have a little girl too. So Demers was confident that Harmony was not in the car. So at this point, we know she's already gone. Well, no. At that point, Thanksgiving, she was with them. She was still alive because the day of when her life ends, Harmony is December 7th. So she was there with them, but she must have been hidden in the car, is what they're saying, is what I'm assuming here. So she testified that the only time she saw Harmony was in September. She testified that she had brief opportunity to look inside the car, and she only saw the two kids. Anthony Badero's proffer interview. On September 22nd, 2022, a proffer interview was conducted with Anthony Badero. Also present was Senior Assistant Attorney General Jesse O'Neill, Detective Max Rahill, Deputy Tufts of the U.S. Marshals, Badero's attorney Ashley Sheehan, and myself. Badero indicated that he had met Adam Montgomery through Kayla in 2019. He admitted he did provide, quote, I'm not going to say that, CNF to the Montgomerys. But Badero stated he would buy the Montgomerys food stamps off. He would buy the food stamps off of the Montgomerys prior to them staying in the vehicle and after they stayed in his vehicle. He would buy food stamps from the Montgomerys. Badero stated that after Thanksgiving of 2019, the Montgomerys came to him and just their 2 boys and no Harmony, and asked if they could stay with them due to them being evicted and their car breaking down. Badero did not recall how the Montgomerys arrived at his home. Badero stated they arrived with few belongings and recalled a trash bag. Badero offered them his Audi to sleep, which was parked in the rear of his Colonial Village apartment building in Manchester. Badero was unclear of the timing at first, saying that it was the weekend after Thanksgiving, but then when confronted with information that the Montgomerys still had their own car at that point, agreed that it may have been the following weekend, so 12/7 to 12/8. That makes a big difference if it's one weekend versus the other, because we know on the 7th she was gone. He said he provided them Thanksgiving leftovers, which would have been leftovers if it was the following weekend, and a pizza. Badero repeatedly denied seeing Harmony and stated he only knew that the family had been staying in the parking lot for 2 nights in his Audi. When confronted with the statement Kayla made about him seeing Harmony every day from Thanksgiving to the beginning of December and waving to Harmony and the 2 boys in the car, Badero stated she was lying. I questioned Badero about helping the Montgomerys retrieve belongings from their car when it broke down at Webster and Elm Streets, and he stated he did not remember that happening. Donna Deemer's proffer. After Badero's interview concluded, a proffer interview was conducted with his girlfriend Donna Demers, with her attorney Dan Duckett present. Demers stated she only stayed at Badero's part-time and that she primarily resided with her parents in Derry, New Hampshire. Demers recalled the Montgomerys arriving at Badero's apartment and that they appeared stressed and mostly concerned with getting substances in their system. Demers recalled them carrying duffel bags and trash bags, and when asked if there was any color to the duffel bag, she stated she believed there was, but she could not recall any details. Demers was not aware if Badero had helped the family retrieve any of their belongings from their vehicle, which had broken down. Demers remembered Adam, Kayla, and their 2 boys arriving, but was adamant she never saw Harmony. Demers recalled bringing fresh Thanksgiving leftovers, possibly the day after Thanksgiving, to the Montgomerys when they were living out of the car. She initially recalled that the Montgomerys were living out of the Audi at the time, but when confronted with information that the Montgomerys still had their own car that weekend, Demers admitted that she may not be remembering the car correctly. Demers stated that when she brought the Thanksgiving leftovers, there were 2 kids jumping around in the back seat, and she did not see Harmony in the car. At the time, SM was approximately 2.5 years old and DM was approximately 18 months old. It was extremely unlikely that a 10-month-old would be jumping around. I was just thinking that. And therefore, investigators believe that Demers may have seen Harmony without realizing it was her. I don't know about that. All right, so Facebook and Google search warrants. During the investigation, search warrants were obtained for Facebook and Google records relevant to the time period of late November / early December 2019. So location data from Google was consistent with the Montgomery staying at the Colonial Village parking lot from approximately 11:27 through 12:08, which corroborates Kayla's account of the time period that they stayed there. In addition, another witness interviewed during the investigation, Kimberly Frayne, recalled personally interacting with the Montgomerys while they were staying in the Audi in the Colonial Village parking lot during the overnight hours of 12:07 and 12:08. Frayne went to help the Montgomerys because the Audi had died and Kayla was was worried the family was in danger from the cold. Frayne said that she did not see Harmony at this time, and it was only Adam, Kayla, and the 2 boys. Facebook messages exchanged between Matt Gendron and Kayla Montgomery also confirmed this date and time frame, showing that Kayla reaching out to Gendron about the Audi having died and being concerned about the cold. So December 7th through the 8th, 2019 would have been the weekend following the weekend after Thanksgiving. In other words, 1 week after the weekend, Badero testified that he believed the Montgomery stayed in his Audi. This corroborates Kayla's time frame of when they stayed in Badero's Audi. Interviews of Courtney O'Brien and Matt Garcia. On January 5th, 2022, investigators spoke with Courtney O'Brien, who said her husband, Matt Garcia, had known Adam their entire life. She also said that Adam used to work for her. She related how she and Garcia had seen Adam, Kayla, Harmony, and the 2 boys Thanksgiving night 2019, and that the family was living out of the Sebring at the time. O'Brien also recalled a conversation she had with Adam sometime between approximately December 2019 and January 2020, during which Adam said Harmony was with Harmony's mother, and that it really happened. And that it happened really fast, and Harmony wouldn't stop peeing her pants, and she was better off with her mom. All right, so that's what he told. Well, she would have been better off with her mom. That is true. So why didn't you let her go be with her mom instead of what you did to her? On January 5th, 2022, investigators also spoke with Matt Garcia separately from Courtney O'Brien. Garcia explained that he and Adam met when Garcia was 14 years old. He considered Adam to be a friend. Garcia said that the time he saw Harmony was on Thanksgiving 2019 when Adam, Kayla, and the kids were living in a car. Garcia told investigators about a phone call that he had with Adam on 12/31/2021, which was after news broke that Harmony was missing. All right, interesting. So Garcia said he asked Adam about the news regarding Harmony, and Adam said he had talked to police that morning. Adam told Garcia he didn't know why the police were bothering him and that he gave Harmony back to her mother after Garcia had seen her on Thanksgiving. Garcia said Adam said he said he goes, the kid, Harmony, wouldn't stop pissing and shitting everywhere. She was driving me nuts. We were living in the car, so I had her mom come and get her. That's a quote of what Garcia said Adam told him. Garcia elaborated, speaking as if he was Adam, that Harmony was having her accidents. Everywhere, all the time, every 5 minutes. We were living in a car. I couldn't take it. I had to give her to her mom. I wish you would have given her to her mom. The information from O'Brien and Garcia is consistent with Kayla's information that Adam would get upset with Harmony over her bathroom accidents and eventually ended her due to her having a bathroom accident in the car. Finding Harmony Montgomery's DNA in the Chrysler Sebring. Investigators located the Chrysler Sebring that the Montgomery family lived in after being evicted from 77 Gifford Street, in which Harmony was where she lost her life. This vehicle was the subject of a call for service at approximately 12:11 p.m. on 12/7/2019 at the intersection of Weber Street and Elm Street in Manchester. This is consistent with Kayla's statement in her June 3rd, 2022 proffer interview that Adam ended Harmony on the day their Sebring broke down. Tow documents show that the tow company was on scene to tow the Sebring from approximately 12:52 to 1:39 p.m. The Sebring was thereafter treated as an abandoned vehicle, and an abandoned vehicle tracking report created by Auto City Collision Repair Center for the Sebring noted that later on 12/16/2019 there was no power to the dash, and an attempt to jumpstart the Sebring resulted in the car immediately starting to smoke. The Sebring was eventually sold to Hebert's Used Auto Parts in Goffstown, New Hampshire on or about the 29th of 2022, where it was located by Manchester detectives at approximately 1/1/2022. The manager of Hebert's Used Auto Parts consented to the seizure and search of the Sebring by Manchester detectives. When the Sebring was searched, inside of the vehicle, investigators located Pink Trolls electric toothbrush, so a Pink Trolls doll toothbrush, which was assigned property number JMT7. This toothbrush was submitted to the New Hampshire State Police Forensics Laboratory, the state lab, for potential DNA analysis. A buccal swab was taken from Crystal Sorey by consent and was also submitted to the state lab for comparison purposes. Upon completion of the analysis, Katie L. Swango, Ph.D., and criminalist 2 at the state lab issued a report dated January 19th, 2022, where she wrote, the DNA obtained from the toothbrush is from a biological female. The DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush cannot be excluded as that from a biological child of Crystal Sorey based on a comparison of these DNA profiles. It is at least 108 billion times more likely to see these genetic results if the DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush is from a biological child of Crystal Sorey, then an untested, unrelated, random woman. So most likely it's Harmony's toothbrush. It should be noted that Harmony is the only female child of Crystal Sorey. Based on I think it's her only child too, but I'm not sure. Based on these lab results, there is strong reason to believe that the DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush is that of Harmony Montgomery, and it will be referred to as such herein. Movements of Harmony Montgomery's body by Adam Montgomery. And you know what? I'm going to leave this for next time because it's going to be a long trail of moving and doing things to her body. So this is where I'm going to leave you for part 1. I'm going to keep these around an hour long so we're not here forever, and you don't have to hear me drone on endlessly forever while I read these. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below of this trial. Are you watching the trial, or is this the first time you're hearing about it? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and take care. Bye.